Good afternoon. Oh no, it's good evening, everyone. How's everyone's night going? My night's going pretty great. Still a little sore. I got the vaccine shot yesterday and it's still somewhat in pain. So bear with me as I'm trying to do this. I didn't do the pre-show video today because I was in pain. I'm a little bit stable right now. Doesn't hurt as much, but all right. Let's talk about tonight's show. Hey Jared, as always, thank you for watching. Let's get to my notes. The night kicks off with BTI, and a lot went down in BTI. A lot of recap episodes. Iceman's intel dropped that there might be a surprise guest for James Storm's 1000th match, which there was. I'm gonna discuss that later on into the video. Rohit and Hernandez versus Fala and Shira happened. It was a good match, and it was a manipulated chair shot. Let me see if I can explain how that went down. Sort of what happened with Eddie Edwards' match last week. A chair shot manipulated resulted in Rohit getting the win over Shira. I don't remember much of the match, honestly. Guys, listen to James Storm's 1000th matches. Yes, we'll discuss that later on. I honestly don't remember the match. I was busy promoting during the match went on. It was BTI, so yeah, I didn't watch it. Sorry. I watched some of it, but I don't remember how the ending happened. I know it involved a chair shot. So, yeah. Anyways, that's not what the main show is about. Anyways, it's Impact Wrestling. It's not focused on BTI. I'm really not a big fan of BTI, if I'm going to be honest. Impact Wrestling kicks off with the knockouts action. Fire and Flame versus Nevaeh and Havoc. What a great match, and the match ended with Havoc being pinned, which led to Nevaeh turn on Havoc, screaming that she was the weak link. Yes, this match happened real quick. A lot of back and forth between Fire and Flava and Nevaeh and Havoc. The match was strong. A lot happened. But in the end, Fire and Flava outsmarted Nevaeh and Havoc, and Nevaeh attacked Havoc, thinking she was the weak link. What are you gonna do? It was a great turn, by the way. We saw it kind of coming, though. Weeks of Nevaeh being unhappy with the situation. So we saw the turn coming. Havoc versus Nevaeh would be a good match. So yeah. Impact Wrestling kicks off. James Storm celebrates his 1000th match with an interview with Mean Gia and talked about he should have never gotten one match. And it was all thanks to the late Bob Ryder. And Storm dedicates his match tonight for him, but that's not the only thing. Chris Sabin walked in, and that surprised James Storm with the returning AMW partner, Chris Harris. So how crazy is that? I mean, I predicted it. I knew it was going to happen. Chris Harris has been a prominent namesake in Impact's return to Nashville. He was at the TNA Go Home show. He was at Homecoming. So he was prominently returned to the promotion, but he was only doing one-off appearances. And then tonight, he finally made another return while James Storm was present. And it took 15 years to get these two reunited. 15 years. That's a decade and 5 years. That's a lot of time. Oh, that's a lot of time. A lot. Next up, Larry D versus Callahan. What a fantastic match. Callahan for the win. Yes, this was a great match. I was 100% excited for it. I'm a big fan of Larry D. I'm a big fan of Callahan. And this match was physical, brutal, and somewhat methodical. Callahan was the victory, though, and then Larry D didn't like that. So he attacked Callahan, and then I was promoting this match, and I don't remember what happened, but apparently Trey Miguel didn't come out and help Callahan, so Callahan had to deal with it on his own, which he fought off Larry D and he fought off Ace Romero, and he wasn't too pleased with Trey Miguel not showing up to help. So backstage, he talks with Trey Miguel. I didn't hear most of it because there was a lot of yelling. Yeah, there was a lot of yelling. But what I coincided with was Sammy is going to ask Scott D'Amore for a tag match again. So he wants Trey as his partner. But my phone's buzzing. Trey doesn't want to team with him. He doesn't trust Sami Callihan. But Sami Callihan wants to mentor him. He wants to make him go to the next level. And Sami Callihan is the guy to make him do it, is the guy to get him there. He brought Rich Swann to the next level. Everyone remembers that. Next match, Myers versus Suicide. Good, strong, quick match. Yes, that's what I have written down. A good, strong, quick match. And at the end of the match, Myers gets on the mic, and as he declines Matt Cardona's challenge to face him. He's like, I didn't come here to face you. I came here for me. This is my promotion. This is my time. I'm not on your clock. My words, but that's basically what I said. Backstage segment where Deanna and Susan involved. Susan talks about Jazz being reckless, so Jazz recklessly gets involved in the interview and tosses a trash can in Susan's face. But the first match for Hardcore Justice has been announced. It's Ultimate Jeopardy, career versus title. Deanna Purrazzo's title, the Knockouts title, versus Jordan Jazz's career in Impact Wrestling. So if she loses, she has to walk away from Impact, which in a sense is probably going to happen because she's on time dates and she's on a retirement tour. So this might be the way she's casted off to do her next bookings, I think. It's going to be a great match nonetheless, though. Don Callis and Kenny Omega appear in the Swingers Palace. Don shows Swinger the video, the One Winged Angel tribute video, and Swinger is sold on the idea of taking a bet. So Don Callis placed a $20,000 bet on Kenny Omega winning at Rebellion. $20,000 on Kenny Omega winning. Damn, he's pretty confident. That's a lot of money. Probably not to me and you, but that's a lot of money for us. Not a lot of money for them, though. They could probably afford it. Next up, Josh Alexander and TJP versus Ace and Madman Fulton. That was a really fun and physical match, but with some slight miscommunication, TJP got pinned by Ace Austin. Yes. Okay, so during the match, TJP and Josh Alexander had some miscommunication during the whole entire match. There was one part in the match where they were in sync with each other, Josh Alexander tosses TJP into Madman Fulton, and then Josh does a running clothesline into TJP that was held back with Madman Fulton. So during that match, and then there's another miscommunication at the end where TJP hits the Mamba Splash on Ace Austin, and then Josh Alexander pushes TJP off of Ace Austin to pin. They fight back and forth who's going to be pinned. TJP is the legal man, and it ends with Josh Alexander being sent back to the podium or the ring post, and Ace Austin rolled up TJP for the victory. Wasn't smart for TJP and Josh Alexander to get on each other's bad sides, but it ended with TJP being pinned. Good match, though. Another match made for Hardcore Justice, a multi-women's #1 contender scramble match, and weapons will be encouraged. So if I remember the graphic on the top of my... Wait, no, I have the graphic right here. Jordan, Susan, Tennille, Havoc, Rosemary, and Alicia. So yeah, #1 contenders match, weapons, a #1 contenders weapons scramble match. So weapons will be involved, and it will be a #1 contenders match. When Rosemary heard weapons, she perked her ears right up, like, "Oh, weapons! Now I'll pay attention." Good stuff. Okay. Now to the main event. Eric Young versus James Storm. What an epic main event. Near the end of the match, it broke down in chaos. Eric Young grabbed a hockey mask, tried to use it in the match. Chris Harris wasn't having any of it. He threw Eric Young in the ring, and James Storm hit the last call super kick, and that was all they wrote. The match was dedicated to the late, great Bob Ryder. What a great show tonight. I wish I was able more to pay attention to it, because on top of live tweeting, on top of promoting, on top of doing this, I missed half the show. So I had to pause like not 5 times during the show, and then I had to go eat dinner. So I was super late catching up with everything, and everything was already blowing up around Twitter, and I was getting caught up in all that. So anyways, but on the topics of discussion, Eric Young is injured. He got an ACL injury in tonight's match, I believe. He wrestles next week in a or he wrestles another match with an 8-man tag for Hardcore Justice, I believe is going to be. And he wrestles with one leg. He's going to be out from 6 to 9 months, but I don't know if he's going to be kept off TV. He's the leader to VBD, so he shouldn't be kept off TV if it's not probable for him to be on it. Kimberly is also injured, or it could be storyline based. I don't know. It says tonight. It said it was recklessly taken out by Jazz. And also Chris Bay is injured. 3 are injured. Best wishes to them. Oh, and tonight we got a coming soon trailer, which had a Jeopardy, not Jeopardy, Wheels of Fortune riddle underneath, where it had only 3 letters of each 3 words. But I think it's going to say, "Let's get wild." It's Taylor Wilde making her awaited debut. Is that what it's called? Return. So yeah, fun night, fun match, and next week is a 6-man tag. Kenny Omega versus the Good. Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards, Willie Mack, and Rich Swann in a 6-man tag match main event. It's going to be huge, monumental, blockbuster, historic. Do not want to miss that match. Now I focus the comments. Hi, Cody. Well, hello, Jared. Congratulations to James Storm 1000th match. Yes, congrats to James Storm. Havoc versus Nevaeh would be a fun match. When will Ken Shamrock return to Impact Wrestling? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. Some people think it's going to involve a match at Rebellion with him and Kurt Angle, but I don't know about that. Brian Myers versus Matt Cardona at Impact Rebellion. Well, Brian Myers declined the match. He doesn't want Matt Cardona to be. He doesn't want to fight Matt Cardona. He wants to move past Matt Cardona and just focus on his own career in Impact. TJP versus Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin in a 3-way match for the Impact X Division Championship. Not a bad match. Nevaeh should be added to number 1 contenders weapon gauntlet match at Hardcore Justice. See, I thought that as well. Like, I think it's because Havoc has more experience with weapons. And she'll be a more dominant factor with weapons. So it'd have a violence edge. But seeing Nevaeh out of it, yeah, that puzzled me. I wonder if Nevaeh is gonna come and ruin it for Havoc. Rest in peace, Bob Ryder. Bob Ryder, yes. He will be missed. Or he is missed. Great man. Great man. Well, anyways, that is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching. I will be doing a video next week, but it won't be on Tuesday. We're moving to Thursdays. That means my schedule moves to Thursdays as well, which means I will be announcing a morning video and a Thursday review cap, and Friday or Saturday I will be doing a Hardcore Justice rundown, and I'll probably do a Hardcore Justice review, like I did a Sacrifice review. I don't know. Reviews are very hard for me. I have to write notes down. I have to pay attention to the show. So I would have to watch it twice for it to be a good review show, which I wouldn't mind. It's hardcore violence. I love violence. Anyways, that is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for Thursday. Peace. One last comment. How will he respond to Rhino joining Violent by Design? Well, how will he respond? Well, I guess we'll find that out eventually. Right now, he's just bugging Rhino to call him. So there's that. Well, that's the end of my video. 19 minutes. Good time to stop. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace. Bye. Thank you for everything.